Have you graded those worksheets we did yesterday?
No, I already talked to you about those. All right. So the shaded part is 3 out of 4. Everybody got that right? We're changing this to try to figure out how many parts that is out of 100. Cross diagonally and multiply, that gives you 300. Divide that by 4, and that gives you 75. So we have 75 parts out of 100, which means 75%. So what you need to remember is percent translates to out of 100. You are not ready to write the percentage until you know how many parts you have out of 100. Okay? All right. So for 6, 7, 8, and 9, I have given you 4 fractions. You need to, in each of these cases, figure out how many parts do I have out of 100, and that will be your percentage, okay? It's just like these 2 that you've done, except for I didn't start off with a picture. I went ahead and gave you the fraction. You do 6 through 9. All right, so we already know how many parts we have out of 100. So that's going to be 7%. Here, 2 out of 5, we've got to change that so we know how many parts we have out of 100. Multiply 2 times 100 and divide by 5. 40 parts out of 100, so that's 40%. Here in number 8, we have to change it to figure out how many parts we have out of 100. Cross diagonally and multiply, divide by 20, and you'll get 55. So this is 55%. Here, we have to do the same thing. 8 times 100 is 800. Divide it by 5. Divide by 25, and you get 32 out of 100, which is 32%. So down here at the bottom, 10 through 13, we're going to take decimal numbers, write them as fractions. So you're going to have to remember your place value, then write as a percent. All right, 0.35 goes 2 places after the decimal. So that's read as 35 hundredths. Well, we already know how many parts we have out of 100. So we have our percentage. 0.05 goes 2 places after the decimal. So that's 5 hundredths, because 2 places after the decimal is already the hundredths place. So we know what our percentage is because we've got 5 out of 100. 0.38 is 2 places after the decimal. That's 38 hundredths. We already know our percentage. We see how many we have out of 100. But then we come to number 13 that only goes 1 place after the decimal. So that's 7/10. We're going to have to change this one and figure out how many parts we would have out of 100. 7 times 100 is 700. Divide that by 10 and we get 70. So this is 70%. All right, so bring your notes back to me so I can give you credit and do this handout, front and back, the lesson 2 problems.